Hello, this is Malorian. This will be another War Machine Battle Report. Now, I didn't even plan to play a game today. I'm done my league games for the week, but a buddy of mine kind of contacted me and said, hey, do you just want to have a game for fun? And I said, oh, sure, let's do this. So we agreed on 50 points, and I was going to pull out Epic Magnus, mainly because I know Marth from Marth and Machines. He's actually about to do Epic Magnus. I was going to show off the Adrians and things again, but then my opponent actually said, oh, but don't take your crutch Epic Magnus again. So, okay, we're going on to MacBain. And so with his list, I thought I'd do something crazy. Just take a whole bunch of solos, a whole bunch of characters, and just lots of models on the table. So really took with my MacBain list is I took a freebooter. That's it for my jacks for my 6 points. Then I took my big old unit of the Kayazi assassins with the underboss. I have the Max Nis Hunters. I got the Min Cutthroats. I have Alexia and her Risen. I have Blith and Bull, Iena and Holt. I have the Piper Covolo. I have Kale Baylock. I have Orin Midwinter. And I have Versh, and I bet you there's somebody else I have too. I have Gorman. So yeah, it's just a whole bunch of infantry and a whole bunch of solos. And just kind of just a whole bunch of toolboxes together. Now my opponent, his was a little bit more straightforward. He was running with Sorscha, and his list was really all based around the feet. So what he had there is he actually tried out the Winter Guard Riflemen. So that was kind of different. He had the Grigorich with him though, and also there was a mortar team. There were 2 Kayazi Eliminators. There was the Epic Iris. And then there was also a big full unit of the Grey Lord Outriders. So I've never faced these guys before, but the big thing you're going to see here is, of course, with all these sprays they can do, Sorscha pops her feet, everything is stationary, and you just wipe out infantry like crazy. So for an infantry army like mine, that's a big deal. So I was going to have to be very careful. The scenario we're going to be playing is the number 12 from the Steamroller package. And what there really is there's 2 objectives in the center and a flag on either side. Now, if you destroy one of the objectives, you get a point. If you control the flag on the other side, you get a point. Or is it objectives? Or either way, and if you dominate, you get 2 points. Really, this one, everything's so much to the center and together that usually you don't see it. Cast or kill usually happens first. But you never know. But let's see what happens. All right, so here we are looking at his army, and I mean, his stuff always looks good, always. So he has Epic Iris here, you can see in the mortar and all that, and also you can see the 2 jacks I forgot to mention. He has a Devastator and Beast of 9. And here's more of the middle. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess I forgot a couple of things, but he also had Silas. Beast of 9 is the one that's bonded. Also had the Great Bears. So, you know, it's still a fairly elite force. But man, like I said, it's all built around the feet, and he can kill infantry very quickly. So on the one side of my Cutthroats, and I have Alexia and Arisen. Man, I mean, after seeing his models, I wish I was not playing with any of these silver things, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. My center core with, you know, you have Kale Baylock, you have my assassins. I really am going to like the idea of giving them the terror and also +1 toughness. That should really make them really tough. And then, of course, I mean, I just love the freebooter and the range you get out of that guy. And on this far flank, I really had all this here to be up against those Grey Lord Outriders because I have some long-range threat here. I can do some serious damage. Blith and Bull are actually preying the Outriders. So, I mean, even if he hides in the woods that are going to be over there, my Nis Hunters can get them. So really all of this is trying to kill them. And once I do, then I can actually maybe score some objective points. And so here's an overview of the board. And yeah, so sorry, there's an objective, which is the red one on either side. That's the one if you destroy the enemies, you get a point. And otherwise, there's those flags in the center. But obviously, if you're bringing your caster all the way to the center, things get serious pretty quick. So, I mean, if I was running Epic Magnus, then maybe I could get a scenario win. But really here, it's really only if it comes down really far with attrition that we're going to see that. He deployed first. I got to counter. And as you see, I have a lot more models on the table than he does. But if he pops his feet right, I'm going to lose all those guys really quick. So he gets first turn, and he's just kind of moving on up. He has some covering fire there from his riflemen, and otherwise, yeah, he has the Fog of War up, but that's pretty much it right now. My turn one then, I decided I just have to be aggressive if I'm going to make this work. Otherwise, I'm just giving him the initiative and the board to start scoring points. So everything's running up. I actually, this is kind of a mistake. The cutthroats were just running into the woods to kind of do a little long battle with Iris, but it turned out that, oh yeah, I have Reach on with Crow. So she's actually engaging now. That's pretty cool. You can see the one Bane that ran up there as well. And this was also going to be my feet turn. So I cast my feet. Everyone that has a little red coin on them is one of the ones that's going to be affected by it. So they have the auto pass tough, except for the one, of course, of MacBain. You can't cast it on him. He's just camping one. Otherwise, I have Fortune for the reroll the hits on the assassins and the fail-safe onto my freebooter. And yeah, at this point, I'm just waiting to see what he does, and hopefully he gives me something interesting. All right, now his turn two, and this was actually not very characteristic of him. Normally what I expect from this player is that he leads with the Devastator, which is what he did, and then he kind of counters with stuff after. But I guess with what he has here, he has a fairly offensive army, and he also was probably hoping that I didn't just, swamp the board and make it so that he can't get to me while I'm at the objective. So he's actually being very aggressive. On the left side, he was able to kill off one of the cutthroats. He thought he'd do better. Otherwise, with some sprays, he knocked down some of my guys and killed, one or two of the Nis. That's pretty much it. He had some bad rolls, and of course, super tough is always awesome. Gorman, of course, was saved by that. But the big thing here is that Sorscha is right there behind his two jacks. Again, like I say, he's normally not aggressive like this. But one of the things I'm looking at is I might actually have an assassination. Now, there's not a lot of real estate around Sorscha because, the two jacks are there, Silas is behind, but my assassins could charge through them to get there. So if I can make my room, I can actually get a lot of guys on them. They have Fortune, so they can hit fairly reliably if I can get something on them. But what would work even better is if Freebooter could slam Beast of Nine over Sorscha to knock her down and make even more room. The biggest problem I had, though, was if you look between the rightmost assassin and the leftmost Nis, eyeballing it, I just could not tell if I could get through there. So I actually spent a lot of time just trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do, because again, too, if I can get Beast of Nine slammed out of the way, not only is she knocked down, but then I can combine on her with the Nis, I can shoot her with Holt, maybe shoot her with some other stuff. But yeah, when it came down to it, it was pretty hard to see. But I mean, overall, I'm going to have to try and go for it here. So in the end, what I did is I went up with Midwinter, shot Beast of Nine. It kind of bounced through. I was hoping to, maybe do some damage to Sorscha, maybe kill Silas as well to make up some more room. That didn't do anything. I had to move Gorman out of the way. Then what I did is I moved up with my MacBain, shot that assassin in the back just to be safe, put 2 into Energizer to move up the freebooter and to move myself back again. Then I went in with the freebooter. It did a slam, having to do the jerry rig to get even more movement. Hit him, but I only hit him 1 inch. So, I mean, I knocked him down, but I was hoping to just get him clear out of the way, maybe even kill Silas as well. Did not happen. So after that was done, Kill Baylock was able to put 2 shots in there to do 2 damage. I was able to get him with Holt to do a tiny bit of damage. Really, with all the stuff in the way, it was really hard to get my Nis, but I was able to combine with 5 of them, do a little bit more damage, and then I was starting to get kind of worried because there wasn't much damage there yet, and so the Kayazi charge in, and now I notice that for sure I can only get 2 Kayazi in. So really worried here, but luckily between the 2 attacks, they're able to do it because she's only camping 2, and that's the win. So yeah, there you go. Got a win there, but it was one of those ones where you really need things to fall into place. Because like I said, his stuff is so deadly, and if this did not happen, I just lose. I just lose because now she pops her feet and everything goes down. Now, one of the things I was kind of asking my opponents is how come he didn't cast the feet when he first came in? But one of the things I actually never knew with Sorscha is with her feet, you actually need to be able to see the things as you knock it down. So because of Devastator and stuff in the way, it didn't all really line up. So he was kind of lining up for next turn. He did agree that he was probably a little bit too aggressive, but still, I mean, it took everything working together to make this happen. And this is one of the things I love about War Machine, is just the fact about how you have to put together these intricate plans to make these things work and pick away that damage so you can get that caster kill. Another thing you didn't see coming is Freebooter being able to actually make it all the way. I mean, whether he was able to make it through that little spot or not, he forgot about, the range you can get between Jerry-Rigged and Energizer. But yeah, love to get this win. It was a little bit of a fast game, but yeah, love to see all the painted models. And yeah, I guess that means I better start pinning my stuff up too. So thanks for watching, and bye.